Hello, everybody. Welcome to our pre-launch to 10 to Infinity. My name is James Hill. I go by JC. My co-host on this call is Nancy Ganshorn, and Nancy has been instructed to interrupt me at any time. We're doing this much like a radio show. Nancy, say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody. This is Nancy. I'm calling from northern Indiana in the snow belt right now in South Bend. Glad you're all here.
And I'm on the equator in the Philippines, Davao City. And every day is somewhere between 82 and 78 degrees Fahrenheit. So pretty nice place to be.
Yeah, I feel real sorry for you, JC.
Yeah. The I wanted to make a little notice here from support. They are wanting to make sure that people understand that they're there to take care of issues, not to tell you how this works. So please don't go to support asking them how this works or that works. That's not what they're there for. And we're getting a lot of that already before we even launched. We are going to do our best to launch on Valentine's Day. Now, Valentine's Day here is on Friday, but that's your Thursday. So we're trying to go and launch on Greenwich Mean Time, but we could be a couple hours late because we won't launch this until it's been fully tested. Okay, and we're going to be doing a lot of that today. So just don't get nervous if it's not exactly at the minute that we told you it was going to launch. So you don't want us to launch this prematurely. You want to make sure that we know that everything's working, and we still will probably have a few glitches. I also want to make another notice, okay? You are not to be using your marketing material, your recordings, your material, unless you get it approved by us. We're going to be using official marketing material. Part of our team that's helping us do a lot of this. Her name's Victoria, and she's the one that wrote the amazing ebook that we have, and she's going to be doing a lot of the material that we're going to be using for marketing. So will Nancy. Both Victoria and Nancy have some great talent. Nancy's working on a video in the back office. We're wanting to have two different kind of videos. One video for that doesn't make any reference to Pro One Plus Global, and the other one where we make a very quick reference. And I'm going to be doing that on this call to give people a better idea as to what we're doing and why. So we'll have both types of videos. So how did we get here? Well, uh, I don't like to talk about myself a lot, but if you want to know how we got here, you have to hear me talk about myself. It started 40 years ago in a business called Amway. You may have heard of it. And 1979, I joined Amway. I personally sponsored 44 people, got my name in the anagram, shook hands with Rich DeVos and Jay Van Endo, the founders of that, 3 times at least. Went to every convention, webinar, seminar, act like full-time. I was doing it full-time. I made my money from sales because even though I had sponsored 44 people, I couldn't get them to do what I was doing. And it was all the time throwing down a rope and trying to pull them up. I asked my upline diamond because I saw somebody that went from ground zero to the top crown ambassador in 1 year, and I asked him how did they do this, and without any expression he said they're throwing mud up against the wall, and what sticks and what doesn't. And that appalled me. Later on I found out every business does that. J.C. Penney's, if you're in the United States, you're familiar with that. They throw mud up against the wall, and what sticks and what doesn't. It all boils down to mathematical, and it's an equation that is called a fraction. Numerator, denominator. How many ads did you send out? How many people responded to the ad? How many bought the product and bought something else? It's all numbers. So I didn't learn that until later on in life. But after I'd been in 20 years without getting to direct distributor, I said, I looked around and I'm always looking for solutions to problems. That's how my brain works. It's kind of an odd brain. It comes up with things that most people would never think of. And you'll learn more about that on this call. The it was an observation that I had that 97%, which I found out later on is an actual statistic, that people that involve themselves in this industry, the home-based business, the referral marketing, network marketing, and yes, Amway and many businesses out there, multi-level marketing. We are not multi-level marketing, and I'll be explaining that in a few minutes as well. But have no problem with multi-level marketing. It's just that's not what we are. So the 97% failure rate, that's appalling. And so that's why a lot of people, if you start talking about network marketing, they put up the sign of the cross. They don't want to hear anything about it. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Okay. And you know, and then there's also a lot of people who hate the idea of recruiting or selling. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do that at all here. And we'll be expanding on that in a little bit. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to sell. You just simply share. And a lot of what you're going to be hearing on this call has to do with sharing. Now, uh, so I made this observation and I said, okay, there's three entities. There's the company, got to have a company. There's the leaders. The company can't do this without leaders, simply cannot. And the leaders know that. Now, there's another entity. It's called the masses. That's the people that spend the money. So the company has to have something that the masses want and hopefully will buy more of. They have to go and test and manufacture, um, send, ship it and all that. I've never done this. Never. All the products I have ever had are, and it's more than just trying to be legal. We're way beyond that. We have great products, but it's all been education and delivered digitally. What kind of education? Because people really aren't too excited about going back to school. But if you don't learn how to change, and matter of fact, on the front of our website, 10, that's 10, TO, infinity, just like what I'm sharing with you right now, only you leave the spaces out, .com. If you go there, there's a video there right on the homepage. Watch that. It's 8 minutes long. It's the best video I have ever seen in this industry. 8 minutes long. But the point of it is that you don't need to be trying to sell, recruit. You need to be a connector. Okay, but a lot of people don't like that. So we are going to have, in the not so far off future, a passive option. Most people will just pay the $10 and get in and share this with a couple people, two, four people or more, 10, 20, and it's just too simple. Okay, you don't have to explain anything to these people. Just give them the link, and I'll be showing you that here in a little bit as well. So back to my story. I had a light bulb go off, an epiphany, and that was how do you create balance? Because the focus was on two of the three entities. And listen, if you've got a big camera or something that's sitting on a tripod and you have a weak leg, do you know what's going to happen? I do. Nancy does. It's going to fall over.
Yep.
Okay? That's the only course of action. It's going to fall over. Everything in life must have balance. Now, here was the little strange twist. I didn't think, okay, you have to give an equal amount of focus to the masses. Put 100% of the focus on the masses. 100%. The company and the leaders win by default. They win by focusing on the little guy. Help them succeed. It was just it was almost ignored. The leaders wanted the comp plan that they liked. For example, binaries. Uh, Binaries is a perfect example of giving the focus on the company and the leaders. The little guy gets eaten alive. Don't make, but hey, uh, there's been more six, seven figures from this industry than anything and out there, and a lot of that has been from binaries. So if you're into that type of business opportunity, this may not be for you. In this, it's not focusing about you, it's about focusing on changing the world through the sharing economy. But back to my story. So giving a 100% focus, don't make it a glass mountain to climb. Now, an ice mountain is difficult, but you can do it. You can climb that. But a glass mountain? So, yeah, you can if you got these big suction cups and so forth. But anyway, um, my point is don't make it difficult to succeed. You don't want to make it too easy, but make it to where anybody who really truly puts forth the effort will succeed. Now, there's three elements that you must have to succeed. Absolutely must have. You might want to jot this down. One is you have to believe. Now, that's a two-parter. You have to believe in what 10 to Infinity is about. You have to believe in that this is going to work. You have to believe in the sharing economy, and you have to, or you're not going to succeed. But the other part is you got to believe in yourself. I've never heard an expression in business or this industry more true than this comment. Whether you believe you can or you believe you cannot, you are correct. The second part of this whole thing is commitment. That's a two-parter too. You have to make a small financial commitment. How small? $10. One time. $10. One time. And there's a small banking processing fee on top of that. It works out to $10.70. So, and the other commitment, the other part of commitment is time. And that's something that only you can determine. What kind of time are you willing to put in to be successful? I can tell you that if you put the kind of time in who somebody spends $100,000 to launch a business, they're putting in a serious amount of time. Now you can put in $10 as opposed to $100,000, but if you treat it like $100,000 business with that level of commitment, you'll earn that kind of money. I'm not exaggerating here. I hate hype. I don't exaggerate. The third of those three elements is you're taking action. All those first two things are great. If you don't take action, nothing's going to happen. Now, I said that we're going to have in the future a passive option, but do you have to take some kind of action? Yes, you do. And I will tell you that even those people who hate the idea of recruiting, and I was talking to Victoria, the one that wrote the ebook, and said, you know, we would have people don't need to sell. They don't need to recruit. They just need to share. Now she immediately said, potato, potato. Potato, potato. I laughed and I said, okay, I got your point. She's saying it doesn't matter what kind of twist you put on it. It does, but I got her point. Okay, so we started working on a passive solution, and it's coming. Well, what does it take for that to come? We need massive people coming into our benefactoring pool. Massive numbers. Are they on their way? They really, really are. We're working with a group out of England that's got about 5 million, and they're creating a new type of economy. It's an ecosystem, and it's very innovative, very creative. I love it. And the person who started all of that, and I have had several conversations, one a couple of years ago, and then one just about a week ago. By the way, this whole concept that you're going to be hearing about tonight was born a little less than 2 weeks ago. It is so new, it's unbelievable. Now, the feeder program that you're going to be seeing, that was thought of months ago, and we're going to tell you why we put that together. Okay, but what really is going to make this fly is called the monumatic marketing machine. And we had to even come up with a new word, monumatic. It's monumental and it's automatic. So you'll be hearing about that on this call. So anyway, was I right with this aha moment? In the last 20 years, I have designed and been a part of a launch of a program 4 times where the program went viral. Now, none of them actually succeeded. Why? I'm not a good administrator. I'm not an administrator here, okay, in the big business that we're working with. I know what I'm good at. I'm good at coming up with solutions to problems. I'm the one that created the compensation plan. It was 20 years in the making. 20 years. And it was so far ahead of its time. The compensation plan is pure sharing economy. Absolutely pure sharing economy. It will probably become the poster child of the sharing economy world. And this person that I was talking to for 2 hours and 44 minutes and has a lot of people in their database, and they're not doing any network marketing or anything like that. And he saw that this is obviously network marketing. And he said a couple of times MLM, and I corrected him on that. But he said I was not 100% on target. I was 1,000% on target. And they're creating something that is going to be really, really dynamic in the sharing economy. So there's a group of a church in South Africa that has 750,000 members. And I was told, that this group doesn't have access to computers. Okay, they don't own a computer. And I said, well, I really can't see that we can help them. That was 10 days ago. And then I thought about it and go, oh my gosh, not only can we help them, we need them. We need people coming into this benefactoring pool. Their average income is $6 USD a day, and $10 USD to get involved plus 70 cents. Uh, they could do that, but on the most part, we don't really want them to. They can choose to do that, and it would be, good for that large database for them to do it. Really good. But I said to the person sharing this with me, um, so surely they can go into their church and use the church's computer. And he kind of laughed and said their church is underneath a tree. And I go, oh my gosh. They're going to have to walk maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 miles to the internet cafe, okay, to sign up for this. And we're going to be trying to work with the internet cafes there to let these people come in, and all they have to do is say 10 to infinity. They'll set them down and have them sign up under the benefactoring program. And for doing that, they could sign up a few people themselves for the internet cafe. They'll make more money than they ever dreamed of for having their internet cafe. All right. And then, of course, these people are going to have to go to the street and work with the bank, okay, because they need a way to get their money into their hands, and they need to go over to the bank and set up something with that. And we'll already have talked to the bank. See if they come in and say 10 to infinity. Okay, so anyway, there's a group that has, I talked to a couple of days ago, and by the way, I'm one of two partners in 10 to Infinity, and my other partner is Barry Steeb, and he likes to have hive parties. We're going to, if you see the design here, you see this hive design in the graphic there. And we're going to be having hive parties. You'll understand more about that in a few minutes as well. And uh, anyway, uh, where was I going, Nancy? Do you remember? I kind of get
Well,
lost
you were
something.
well, you were given where this all started and how the idea was
Oh,
generated
okay.
and
Well, the program that, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log out here. The program that we really truly love is called Pro One Plus Global. This is where I, designed the comp plan and everything. It took 20 years for parts of it. The future of business. And as you learn more and more about this, you will understand and appreciate exactly what we're talking about. This is at Pro One, spelled out ONE, plus global.com. Wherever you see one of these flashing things here, there's a nice little video there. Um, the we designed this site to be professional. I did the website. I'm in charge of IT and support. So that's my rule with this business. And again, I'm not an owner. We're actually all going to be owners in the cooperative that is being set up. It's not set up yet, but we'll all be member owners. And so the site is designed to be simple and no hype. Now, this might look like hype. This is my current project right now. Okay,
nice
but
project.
there's
Love it.
other projects. Help your church, or help the homeless, or car repairs, get out of debt. There's all sorts of different type and you can go in to your back office there and just simply choose what you want for a project. We got about 25 of them right now. There's me. And you can put in your picture. This is a great way to help the people of the Philippines. Here's 8 of about 25 different projects. A needed vacation. Oh, this is a big one here. What you're going to be seeing tonight was a lot based on that right there. Okay, with college students. Matter of fact, the monumentic marketing machine that was born less than 2 weeks ago was because of that right there. Okay, and I'll be talking about more of that later. Medical bills, retirement, charity missions, helping animals, car repairs, debt reduction, and got about 20 others. And I can add another 25, 30 in one day that I sit down and really apply myself. So, uh, really just a professional, simple, no hype website. The first entry level is trial. Trial member. Pay nothing. And guess what? You can earn at trial just like people. You don't have to pay more to earn more. Okay? And that's very important because we need to be compliant. And that's one of the big rules in being compliant. You don't have to pay more to earn more. Okay? And I love this video here. Fast Track is the first paid entry level. Now, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to tell you what it says, but I need you to hear what I'm saying. You're not going to need to pay this. The system we're going to be showing you will pay this for you. This is $39 USD monthly. And some people go, oh, monthly. We don't take your credit card information. This is a very passive approach to it. We believe that in 1 to 2 weeks, if you're not earning $39 every month, you need to reconsider. This may not be for you, but it's actually every 28 days. We don't take your credit card information. We automate it, okay, and where it comes out of your earnings. This is a 2-level affiliate program, 2 levels. Out of that 39, we're paying $25 to the first generation, $7 to the second generation. The whole purpose of Fast Track and the program we'll be showing you later, 10 to Infinity, is to get you here to Infinity. Now it says 135. Infinity plan is $96. If you add 39, which is required to be an infinity, to 96, it equals 135. And it says monthly, it's every 28 days. Do you ever pay this out of pocket? No, you don't ever need to pay this out of pocket. How much do you pay? $10 one time. Hope that's getting through to you. Okay, there's great translation tools. I love showing people this. Arabic, there's Arabic, and Belarusian, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That looks kind of like Russian to me, and then back to English. All right, now it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. When you go to join now, you cannot join under the company. And we've had people over the years say, I signed up under the wrong person. And I said, no, you didn't. You found a friend that was in, and they're saying, oh, man, I wish you'd have joined under me. Well, I'll just sign up again. I don't think so. You come to us and say, I signed up under the wrong person. We'll say, no, you didn't. Okay? No, you didn't. It's pretty obvious who you're signing up under here. All right? So you stay with the person who brought you. The back office is extremely professional and way, way amazing. I mean, I'm a gold member. I right now in my wallet have $73. I've already withdrawn, over 500, and we just launched Pro One Plus Global January 7th. You can unsubscribe or subscribe to push notifications, copy your link here, launch videos that you ought to watch. All of these down here, the schedule. We have the schedule for the next 5 weeks up. And this is really, really cool. If it's in red, it's already finished. But this is in 23 hours and 30 minutes. Now, it's going to be for everybody that, okay, but my time, it's Friday, not Thursday, and it's at 11 a.m., not 10 o'clock Eastern. So it shows you your time with all the links, and they use Zoom. We use free conference call here. Saturday, they have a kind of a marathon, Super Saturday, where you have 3 webinars in a row. Now it's fine to go to all of this. You really don't need to. Okay, what you need to do is tap into the wonderful educational products here. We are working with Robert Butwin. He's only earned about, well, in excess of $10 million in this industry. He loves this program. Max Steingart, the father of social media. There's a lot of great pucks, but these are all delivered digitally. And that's all the time I need to spend here, except on one thing that's really, really important that's on the dashboard, and that is click here for automation controls. I said we don't take your credit card. But you want to, you need our help to make sure you maintain a balance to pay your subscription every 28 days. This is a master switch. This is the lock funds. Okay, this is to automatically upgrade. And let's just say that you think, okay, I really don't want to upgrade. I want to, make money here at Fast Track. I'm happy with that. That's really bad idea. An extremely bad idea. So we need to tell you in some way. I can't reach through the computer and slap you. Okay? So any Star Trek fans out there knows where that sound came from. Okay. So that is the front end and the back end. Let's get to the math. I'm going to sign out here, and I'm going to go into the calculator. Now, Fast Track, I mean, if you were to bring 2 people in, you're earning more money than you're paying. $39 and we have a lot of people that have come in that way, and some people come in at 135. Okay, I just don't feel like that is the way to build this. Okay, I feel like if you get 4 people in Fast Track, you come in at Fast Track, you earn $100. Why is that important? Well, how much does it cost to go into infinity? $96. And if you leave that automatic switch in with 4 people coming in here, that's what you're going to get. And guess what? The whole concept behind 10 to infinity is to get 4. All right. So who will follow you in here? Now, what does that mean? Well, by the way, I'm putting here, know that you're not in infinity yet. And if you share this with 4 people, you're earning 100, you're going there, but you want them to go to infinity, which is going to make you silver uh, uh, member. All right. So let's go to 4 and let's mark 2. And yes, so everybody's going to infinity. And this is the kind of income that you're earning um, every 28 days with just 20 people. Now, if everything is going right and those 4 do exactly what you did, where if 20 and goes down one more generation, this is pretty amazing. Now, I would tell you, because some people try to find fault, okay, it says 68 here. And the reason and it is accurate, okay, but it's not 4 who get 4 who get 4. If 4 who get 4 who get 4, okay, the number would be 84, not 68. But we're making some assumptions with this calculator, and that is after you and your personally referred average, all we have in here is people getting 3, because this works with people getting just 3. 4 just makes it so much faster. And so the calculator is doing 3. I will tell you something else. If the people on your second generation or beyond have 3, 33, 333, it doesn't matter. Your income would still be this right here. All right. So all of this is accurate. It's been verified multiple ways doing math the longhand. It's completely accurate calculator. Okay. So what happens after that? Well, it just keeps on going, especially if you're using 10 to infinity. It doesn't stop. Now, I hate hype. So, and actually, I've kicked people out of the program for hype before after I warned them multiple times. Basically, it's lying. I don't do that. All right. So, I want to show you again. Okay. What was that? 1,340. Double that. That would be 2,680. Okay. There you go. Make a little bit more than that. You double every generation to infinity. Now, how can this not be multi-level marketing? Well, believe me, if you had 300 and some people that somebody brought in multi-level marketing on your second level, okay, you're going to be making a lot more money. We don't do that. This is very democratic. This is very working together. This is the social economy. That's what we're doing here. Okay, and so we're not doing it like multi-level marketing. So how can you get paid infinite width and infinite depth and it not be? That's like a contradiction. Well, I had the smartest person I know who has a doctorate degree in both business administration and in law, not practice as an attorney, but boy, is he good at law. He's a consultant for 2 billionaires and about a half a dozen millionaires, and he knows multi-level marketing. He was very successful in A.L. Williams. He looked at this and he said, JC, I don't know how you did it, but you've got a single level affiliate program here. I said, I know. Isn't that amazing? Okay, it compresses the generations that are in infinite levels deep to just one level every week. We have this algorithm. It's our secret recipe how we do this. I don't want to give this out. It would be all over the place because I can guarantee you the average person is going to make way more money here than they would in any other comp plan. Look at the kind of money you're making here with 212. Another generation. You've got 644. All you have is 4. Who have 4? And it's just 3 beyond that. Okay, but they're doing the same thing you're doing because why? They're using the monumatic marketing machine, right? And so we're leaders have looked at this and said, "Oh my gosh, you know, this is crazy to be earning this kind of money with so few people." Yeah, how do you do that? Well, we don't really want to tell you how we do it, okay? But believe me, it's true. We don't. McDonald's doesn't give away their secret sauce, and Kentucky Fried Chicken don't tell you their recipe for their finger licking good chicken. Okay. So anyway, that's how this works. Okay. But what I'm going to do is show you, and while I'm here, okay, uh, the ideal isn't silver. It's actually gold. So I'm going to show you here. At 3, you're bronze, 10%. At 4, you're silver. And actually 1 to 3 is bronze. Silver is 4 to 7. So let's just keep going up here to gold, where you're getting a 40% matching bonus. You doubled 10%, 20%, 40%. Okay, now with just your personally referred, again, look at the kind of money, look how few are in your group. And you can use our system to get to your 8 so easily, it's amazing. And you don't have to even talk about PUBG. You don't have to talk about $39 every 28 days or $135 every 28 days. You don't have to talk about the education. You don't have to talk about all of the things that are discussed on those calls. Now, one of the reasons that we are here is, man, it's the most powerful compensation plan we have ever seen. And when we try to explain it to people, it's 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 daunting. It's very difficult. And what we had was a challenge of people leaving the presentations either confused or overwhelmed. And I will tell you, a confused or overwhelmed mind does nothing. Okay, so we're not going to just sit by and let the best compensation plan that was ever done go without success. So we created a tool that will build this for you without having to talk to anybody. I remember being on a call on one of those flip out phones 20 years ago with my first program talking to somebody, and it was a pretty big phone. 20 years ago, the cell phones that flip out were pretty big. And I remember where I was standing when I said this. I want an automatic marketing machine that if I go and pay for it, or I said system, automatic marketing system, if I paid for it and went to a 3-month hiatus in the Himalayas, I want to come back with being a rich man. That's what I want. I want an automated marketing system. And where I don't have to talk to anybody, I'm up in the Himalayas. All right. So that's what this is. It took 20 years to get there. All right. So that's part of an extension of how did we get here? All right. So um, I've shared with you the sharing economy. And remember, infinity is the sharing economy. All the other things is how do you get there? Okay. And I've shared the calculator with you. Let's talk about why you're on this call. Let's talk about 10 to infinity. Okay. What is 10 to infinity? Simply put, it's a feeder for the best comp plan ever put together. Okay, it's a feeder, and it's set up as what do you pay $10 for? It's the marketing system. You're not paying $10 for the monumatic marketing machine. That's like putting turbocharger on it. You're paying for the system to wherever you share this with your link and people go through and just what are they coming to this for? Well, actually it's for this. It's for the eBook that Victoria wrote. Boy, this is good. It's like 13 pages, and it it has a really, really cool design, the infinity look there, and there's her name. And this book is so well written, and it's got, you can hear the pages turning. Did you just hear that? Okay. So, and it's got a table of contents here. You can just click on something and go straight there. Say you want to start reading about, cooperatives. Oop, did that not work? All right. There we go. All right. And, talking about cooperatives. So this is a great, great ebook. Now, um, let's see here. Okay. When you here's some nice testimonies. It's a very simple site. Your picture would be here, okay, if mine was not turned off, and I have I have done something to help a financial institution go in and look at the back office to make sure everything is the way it needs to do. So I turn my site in there. So I really don't have access to my back office right now in here. So anyway, that's going to change soon. This right here, the monumentic marketing machine, and it deserves to be framed. How did this come about? About 2 weeks ago, a little less than 2 weeks ago, I was working with a group in New Zealand, and they came to me and said, JC, we love your system. We love Pro One Plus Global. We love 10 to Infinity. Because they knew what I was putting together. They said, but we need a way where we can help the college students in New Zealand. We want to work with universities. We got somebody that is got a lot of connections with all the universities, and they want to help students be able to get the money they need to go to college. What about the high school students that can't go to college? They want to help them. And I said, well, see what I can come up with. Not because I love the idea of helping students, our youth. It's just disastrous. You know what I'm talking about. They get out of school, they've got their degree, went 4 years or whatever, and they come out of school and they go to work flipping burgers at Burger King. Why? They got to pay off a student loan. They can't find a job. Wouldn't it be nice that they got out of school debt free and making more money than the professors are making? Okay, and go to their dream job and say, hey, I'm willing to work for you for 90 days without pay. I want to choose my special job. I'll come to work for you, no cost. If you walked in, or a young person walked into that just graduated into a human resource office and said that, I guarantee you that person's going to pick up the phone and it's going to call the president of the company and say, I don't know what to do here. Okay, I got somebody saying they're willing to work for us. They want their dream job and love this company, and they just graduated, and they're willing to do this without pay for 90 days. If we like them, after 90 days, we can hire them. That president's probably going to be on the elevator coming down to shake your hand. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Okay. It's that powerful. They don't need the money. They want their dream job. Why they went to school. It's not about money. Okay? Wouldn't it be nice, okay, to have a system to where you don't have to go and explain everything, to have a system that you don't have to try to recruit, you don't have to try to sell, and it can help so many people? So after 15, 20 minutes of being on that call, I kept throwing out ideas and saying, no, that won't work. No, I go, wait a minute. I got an idea because they were going to have to do a lot of work to make all of this work. Okay. And I said, I got an idea. You don't have to do anything. And after I got off the phone with them, I said, daggone, this would work for everybody. Oh my goodness. Okay. And from that, has evolved almost daily because I can't turn my brain off. I'll go to bed at, sometimes 1 in the morning, and I'll be laying there for 2 minutes, and I'm up doing something on the computer again because I had another idea I got to make a note of. The last thing I want to do is, and I am so sorry about that. I thought I had turned Skype off. Okay, and I will quit that. And I won't be able to edit that out. That was Joe and Russ calling from um, wanting to talk to me. So anyway, that's what we're going to do here. But let's log in. Okay, I've already done that here. When you come into this and register and verify your email, you need to click here for the introduction. There's no check mark in front of it. There's no, steps showing. There's no check marks. And you just simply click here. It's hard to get off track. You read this and say, okay, this is the introduction that's telling you why it's important to read, or what we're doing, basically what we're doing. Then you download the ebook. Then we want to make sure you read the ebook. And we're saying, this is something that can change your life. This is the first step in changing your life. Read the ebook. Okay? And yes, I've read it. Continue. So now you got 3 steps showing and 3 check marks. If you log out and log back in again, that's exactly where it'll be. Ready for step 4. Okay? We're talking about in generalities the sharing economy and cooperatives. Okay? And just 2 points there. And then what's in it for me? Because the sharing economy, if they don't read the ebook, and a lot of them won't, and some of them can't because it's not in their language and we can't change that. Here, there's a language, a translator. So we tell them in a nutshell why the sharing economy and cooperatives are so important. And then I don't know if you've heard of the radio station WIIFM. What's in it for me? People always want to know what's in it for me. Okay, and it's very short and to the point. We can help you with that. We can help you with that. College, debt. We can help you with that. On and on and on. We can help you with that. Mortgage. We can help you with that. Medical bills, expenses. We can help you with that. Okay, that's what's in it for you. All right, and then the all important show me the money. Okay, and this is like just 2 parts that we're talking about it here, and then we're showing a video that Nancy did. She's doing a great job. Right now we only have the audio part. We'll probably have the video, I would guess, maybe this coming weekend. Okay, it's coming
Yeah,
along
we're
very,
getting
very
close.
well. And she's what?
Getting close. Getting close.
Yeah, yeah. And so we'll make that a video here, and we're not making any reference to Pop G or anything specific. It's just speaking in generalities, but it's going to be just a few seconds under 20 minutes. All right, and then we have the Global Funding Cooperative. This is making your connection with Pop G. If you're already in Pop G, you will simply log in. If you are not in Pop G, okay, you will register, and the person who shared you their site will be your sponsor on PopG. If you're already in, the person that shared this site with you is not going to be your sponsor in PopG. They will have one little cell filled in their hive, and that's it. But we're going to respect the genealogy that's over in PopG. It's very important. Okay, so the next step is probably one of the most important steps is paying for it. And this is rather lengthy section. And what does this program offer that you're paying $10 for? Okay, and number two here, we're talking about the idea of sharing it with some people. And then we get in here and say, well, you know what? If you don't want to share it with anybody, we're going to have a passive uh, uh, system as well. Passive option. It's an option, and we'll have that in place as soon as we can build up that benefactoring pool to the numbers that we really need it to be to turn that on. Okay, and it'll be soon because I'm telling you, we've got some really great ways, and one of the ways I'll be telling you about towards the end of this whole presentation. Okay, of course, this is where you could pay with a debit card, credit card, and we'll also have a Bitcoin option right here. And buy now, and you can, go over there and put in your payment information. Okay, it won't let you do that right now. All right, so this is where you can change your contact information. There's me in my dreams, okay, leading the charge and up on my cross between an eagle and a lion. What?
I just laughed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can put in your contact information and all this will show up on once you paid on your page. Okay, the front of your website. And it's really cool. I can't get to the hive. It will say, okay, well, it just won't let me in. All right, so I've got a video here that I had done to show you, and a lot of you have already seen this. And I can't, it's not, it's just a still picture here. But there's your Hive. What does Hive stand for? High Income Virtual Engine. You can copy your link here. It's got the same username because you've already done that when you pay. All right, with PopG, you've connected. All right, and we have to have people connected to PopG before they can actually uh, even be benefactored. They can't just go in and register in the benefactoring pool. They got to get to step 8, waiting for them to either pay or for the benefactor to pay for them. So um, there's a little button up here, okay, that says registered but not yet completed. If you click on that, you'll be able to see those who have registered, what step they're on. It's just so cool. And you can actually have a button there, or we'll have a button there, pay it forward, PIF, pay it forward for them. Now, I'll answer you by, is it worth to pay it forward? I would tell you 2 weeks ago, I would have never paid it forward for anybody. I did that about 4 months ago, total waste of money. It just, to me, you don't ever do that. Okay, and I would have told you that. Now I'm saying, oh my goodness, you want to pay it for them. All right, now I would recommend that you don't pay it forward for anybody unless they have gone through and done at least step 7. Okay, but you'll be able to pay the $10 plus a small fee, 10.70, for them. All right, and when the passive option is turned on, you could actually pay 30 for them. And if that's there, I would certainly do that. Okay, so we're also going to, when you complete this, when you have, and the person you bring in is on your left, the person you bring in is on your right, and then the person on your left, their left is here, their right is here, the person on your right, their left is here, their right is here, and when this is full, and you could bring in all 6, and this is kind of looks like a one-level affiliate program, but in all reality, it's 2. But you could bring in all 6 every time. you do that, you earn $39. Ooh, interesting number. So you come in here and do your hive, okay, your first one, and $39 goes into not your pocket, it goes into Pro One Plus Global's account for you. $39 is put in there. What's going to happen? If you're a trial member, it's going to automatically upgrade. If you're already a paid Fast Track member, it's going to put $39 in your wallet. If that's all you were needing, okay, to go to infinity, and you had, your two followed you and their two followed them, and you're sitting there with $78, and you do Hive 2, okay, that's another 39. Guess what? You're going to infinity. So this is the path to infinity. This is the road to success, is right here. And guess what? After Hive 1, we give you a second Hive. Now we have another feature that's coming, okay, once we have enough people in the database, called a reward Hive. We wanted to have it there initially. It's not a big deal. It'll come. When you sitting there saying, well, if it's not there and I finish my first Hive, how do I go ahead and put in another two people? You have Hive 2, you're getting $39. Put in another one. Well, let's say on Hive 4, you started and we are able to go turn that on. Okay, Hive 5 is going to be your reward Hive. Bam. What do you get in a reward Hive? You get your Hive, and you don't pay anything for these Hives. You only pay one time $10 out of pocket. That's it. End of story. Okay, or 30 if you choose the passive route when that's open. Okay, but and if you pay the 30, the person's on your left and your right. You don't know them, and boom, they're already there before you can get in there yourself. Okay, and that's coming. All right. So anyway, uh, and that will just send us off over the moon. But you guys have the opportunity to get in now and build this now. So if Hive 5 is going to be your reward Hive, we're going to do what we said. We're going to have somebody in on your left and right that you are the benefactor. You're the sponsor of them in Pop G. Okay, and they're already in Pop G, and they will automatically be on your first row in Pop G, okay, when they are assigned to you. Because remember, if they're in the benefactor pool, they have to have already gone to step 8, waiting to be paid. Well, you're not paying for them. You're their benefactor. It's a reward. We're paying for them. We're covering it. Okay? And they get their left and their right and all that. And people paying $10. And you get another $39 for that Hive 5. And you didn't have to do much of anything. Okay? So, and then go do Hive 6. Well, let me show you what one person, just one person, means to you. It's going to go down a couple or a level, what, every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. What if it's a month? It doesn't really matter. It's going another generation, another generation, another generation. It's drilling to infinity, the monumatic marketing machine. Right? And you're at gold. You're just super excited. What does one more person mean? Well, let's look at the number here circled in red. Okay, one more should be about $1,250. There's 8. There's with 9. One more, just one more person. This is every 4 weeks. Let's take that back to 8. Let's show one more generation. It's going to happen. What does one person bring on mean to you? Well, that's around $2,500. Getting close to $20,000. This was 17.3. All right. What is one more level mean to you for just bringing on one person? Okay. I know this is crazy. I hate hype. This is based on pure math. All right. Now, what does one person mean to you? $5,000 every month, every 28 days. That's why you just want to keep building this. Even the people who hate recruiting, who hate selling are going to be sharing this with everybody they know because they're now going to see the big picture. Okay, I am not selling, I am not recruiting, I am simply helping people I care about. Okay, and when you bring on large groups, you can help people all over the world, like the people there in South Africa, and there's a person that's coming in that has 1 million people that will absolutely come into this in India. 1 million people. Oh my goodness. All right. So and look, will all of them pay money? No. So this is part of the monumentic marketing machine, large database groups. Now you may not know, maybe a failed MLM. There's been a few of those. Okay, who has the database? There may be large church organizations. Let's pick on my favorite and what helps launch all this whole concept: universities. You go to a university and you show this to the people that are in charge of helping students earn money. Okay, so that they, and believe me, on every campus there's somebody there that's their job. And they typically end up with jobs cleaning in the cafeteria or, whatever. But why do kids go to college? Two reasons: to learn and to have fun. And they got to work, okay, to try to get enough money to do this. And look at all the high school kids that had their dreams about going to college, and their parents say, "Sorry, honey, we can't pay it. We can't do it." And they're going, "Oh my gosh, what do I do now?" Well, they don't go to college. They go out and get a job. Okay. So anyway, um, that is a large database group. Let's pick a number here: 50,000. Now, we want to work with groups that have at least 10,000. Will we work with a group that has 9,000 in their database? Yeah, but it's below the watermark we're looking for. Why? We're going to do a lot of work with them. They cannot give us their database. That's privacy violation. Okay, so what do they need to do? Okay, they need to work with us. Nancy, Victoria, will work with them to put together a marketing campaign tailor-made to what they're doing. Okay, and all right, it will be something, that will help these people pay $10. Well, let's take a number 50,000 that in their database, and 5,000 respond to the link. 1,000 decides to register to get the free ebook. Out of that 1,000, 100 actually pays the $10. Well, 1,000, clicked on it and started going through the steps. If they get to step 7 and they haven't paid within 10 days, they come over to the benefactoring pool. Okay? That's how we get the numbers. All right? Among other ways. All right? We don't have to go to any lead company and buy leads from them. We don't have to do that at all. The leads will come. Matter of fact, over the last 3 years, last 12 years, I've seen 3 programs announce, and you might have been involved in one of them a couple of years ago, have announced they had a benefactor. It didn't work. Okay, they got over 1 million people involved. Benefactor doesn't have that kind of money. With our program, to for this to work, we don't need any money. This is going to be the biggest benefactor in the world and doesn't have to have a dime. Isn't that astonishing? That's the monumentic marketing machine. But let's get back to this database. 100 said yes. So let's put in and paid the $10 for this university. All right. Now, this is down 6 levels. It's going to go past that. That could take anywhere between, a couple months to 6 months, let's say. We don't know exactly how long it's going to take. This has never been done before. All right. So they are receiving, the university is receiving $500,000 every 4 weeks. You think that'll make them pretty happy? Okay. They're going to be able to build new buildings with that kind of money coming in. All right. Because you brought them to us and they didn't do 10 to infinity. We just gave them a link to have people come in their holding tank. Those people are going to be plugging holes, voids we call them, of somebody who hadn't finished their left and right. They're going to be plugging holes. What does that mean? For all of us, it's huge. It's insanely huge. But what does this do for you? Okay, they're earning $92,610 every week. You're at a 40% match. You're earning $37,200 because you brought them to us. So be helping us find these large group databases. We're going to be once a month. We're going to be turning uh, uh, the whole thing out to everybody saying, here's our campaign. We right now have a campaign for Valentine's Day. Next month it's going to be something else, and we'll develop this really cool campaign. And we're going to say to everybody who's in, instead of saying help us by sacrificing a couple people from your family and putting them in, that's never done anything, put them in the benefactoring pool. No, you don't need to do that. The friends and family that are close to you, go ahead and bring them in yourself. But everybody else, the average person has 300 people in their phone database, their contact list. Okay? Just send this to the four corners. Send it everywhere. And you might sit there and say, well, what does that do for me? Well, that's the wrong kind of thinking. What can it do for making the world a better place? What can it do for you? Not directly. They're not going to be sponsored by you. They're going to be sponsored by somebody that maybe you brought in that pays $30, or somebody that hasn't completed their, that got their left and right, their hives stuck. Okay, where are we getting those people? From the benefactoring pool. So even though it won't help you directly, it will help you indirectly. You've got to change your whole perspective. Zig Ziglar said, you help enough, or sorry, you will have everything in life you want if you help enough people get what they want. This isn't about you. I will tell you straight out, if your focus is you probably won't do so well. If your focus is helping other people that you care about, you're going to do great. Nancy, you got any final comments before I turn open it for Q&A?
Well, I just want to just kind of go along with what you were saying on the mindset and how this being the sharing economy, it is totally different. I mean, I've been in many of this call have probably been in different businesses.
Q&A session has started.
Sorry, say that again.
Nope. A lot of you probably have been in businesses, possibly done home businesses and so forth in your lifetime, and there's a great deal of people in that, and JC touched on it, the WIIFM, what's in it for me. A lot of people are just about what's in it for them. A lot of leaders in the industry are what's in it for them, period, and what can they get you to do to help build their businesses and so forth. This is totally different. This is what attracted me to this. This is about people helping people and people literally around the world connecting. And if you watch that video at the 10 to Infinity website that JC mentioned, 7 to 8 minutes, it's about a connected world. And that's what we are in here. And we can make a real difference for our own friends, our own family, the people that we love and care about. Of course, this is going to make a huge difference for all of us personally. But in addition to that, when we're working together as a team, universally, it doesn't matter if I...
Your request has been received.
Whatever it is, we're about building this community. And if we continue to work together and build this community, the the sky is the limit. The what is going to happen here? You saw some big numbers on that calculator, and a lot of you may have thought, "Holy cow! I mean, is that even possible?" And what JC said, it's just math. It's just math, and it is possible, and it will be happening in this community, and you can be a part of it, or you can choose not to be a part of it. But if you choose to be a part of it, be a active part of it, and not just about what you can do to talk to people you know because of what your family needs, but because there's people all around the world that this can make a difference for. So if you know people that may know people about with these huge databases and so forth, oh my gosh, when this gets out, it will go viral, and it's already beginning to. I can't even imagine, what this is going to do in a week, in a month, and in 6 months. When we actually have the data to back up what that calculator is saying. But you guys are on the ground floor of this, and this is where it all begins. So, JC, I'm going to send it back to you.
Okay. I think, Vicki, did you have a question?
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Okay, a couple of questions. Uh, there are few people, okay, whom I am trying to get them signed up in PUBG, okay, as a free trial member, but they are saying that their country is not registered and they are not able to sign up.
Well,
So,
that means they can't sign up. Sorry about that. We can't be
okay,
everywhere. All right. There's Iran, Iraq, North Korea, quite a few African countries that get involved in piracy, Cuba, Russia. We can't do that. So sorry about that. Any
okay,
other
no
questions?
problem. Yeah, another question is, I was going through the back office for PUBG. Okay, I can see that we can pay in Bitcoin. Okay, but however, when I was going through the profile section in withdrawal, I cannot find any option for withdrawal option for cryptos like
Yes.
BTC.
Very good question. We will not hold on to Bitcoin. That would be
Mm-hmm.
a really bad idea. Okay, because it fluctuates so much. So we don't pay out in Bitcoin. We accept Bitcoin through BitPay, and they convert it to USD instantly and pay that to the bank account. All right, so we accept Bitcoin through BitPay. We will not pay out in Bitcoin.
Yeah, but there are certain countries, okay, like India. Okay, I'm from India. Now the problem here is if I go opt for PayPal is freezing our accounts. Okay, let's say.
So sorry for interrupting you. Believe me, I'm working with India big time. Okay,
Mhm.
I've got a huge group in India. Okay, and we're going to come up with a solution. India is the most difficult country in the world to deal with money in, money out. Okay, you know that. You know what I'm talking about. And guess
Yeah,
what? They have banned crypto. You know that. Okay,
it's not
so
it's not banned. Okay, sorry to interrupt you. It's not banned. They are working on the regulation. Okay, because they are not aware of cryptocurrencies at all. It's not banned.
okay, that's good to hear. That's really
Yeah.
good to hear. We are working on solutions. Let me get to somebody else here. Thank you. All right, Marilyn. Marilyn, next question. Mike. Mike Williams. You had a question, Mike. Unmute yourself. Mike. Sorry, Mike.
You may now ask your question.
Edwin. Unmute yourself. Uh, okay, well, I know that one person was able to unmute themselves and talk. Okay, the gentleman from India. So I don't know what the problem is. Okay, next.
Muted.
Well, clicking on next question, does that do anything?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm clicking on the next question.
Okay.
That's removing the person at the top in the queue. Robert's got it. Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, I'm on the computer. Maybe the other guy's on the phone, but Yeah, Mike, he's my sponsor, and
Sure.
Your request has been received.
we can,
You guys are going crazy with this.
yeah, and I see you're in the Philippines, and my wife's Indonesian, so I'm trying to get some.
Pastors here in Davos City coming into my, I don't have an office space yet. We're going to be getting a really nice, going to a 5-star hotel, resident hotel, living there, and we'll be in my living room eating pizza while I'm
Wow,
back here showing it to their guest in my bedroom with a desk and an office. Okay, these pastors are going to go nuts here. One of the pastors that helped spearhead all this has a foundation called 1,000 Harps. You can actually go to his website. He's very much loving this. After I Philippines with this program, it's
that's
insane.
a blessing. Yeah, we're supposed to go in August to Cebu City to build a church, and I told
That's
my.
not far from me. Make sure you reach out to me
Oh
and
yeah, exactly,
the,
exactly. Because we're going to do some big things. I mean, the question is, I like the piffing, somebody in, and stuff like that. That's pretty big. And what I'm getting is, let's say that one person you piff in, they don't do anything. I don't think it matters because we have so many people that's going to fill that hive, correct?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, because we could just keep
that's
on.
the monumentic marketing machine.
Gotcha, because you have some people that don't something's wrong with them. They don't want to recruit, or they think, on a free ride. So, I just want
Well,
to make sure.
sooner or later they're going to have to do something because even if we get them completed in there, and they're earning enough to pay for fast track, they're only going to get paid on 2 generations. And if the people that they bringing in, okay, are going crazy with this, or they finally bring in some people, or they have that reward hive, and they're earning $78, they're still going to go to infinity. Okay, but if they're only going to get paid on 3 generations because they're only making one contribution to the sharing economy, not two, which is that's 3 people. Okay, so um, uh, they will only get paid 3 generations, and the rest is going to their upline. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
so
well, yeah, nice talking to you. And I was trying to find you on Facebook. I couldn't find you.
well, work through William. Believe me, he's got contacts. Or, I mean, sorry, Mike Williams. He knows
Yeah.
how to his upline in this knows how to get a hold of me and talks to me
Oh, awesome, awesome,
regularly,
awesome.
daily.
Yeah, you're doing the right
Okay.
thing. Thanks for this
All right.
great program.
Thank you, Robert. Okay. Michelle,
Oops.
my bell.
Ah, I don't know how to do it.
Just talk. We hear you. Talk, Michelle. Just talk. Uh-uh. Okay. She was fine.
Yeah.
Anonymous.
Hey, JC, this is Richmond.
Yeah, hi, Richmond.
Quick question. Now, I know, your system pretty well. Um, for example, let's just say, I didn't sign anybody up in PUBG, right?
Mhm.
And the 10 Infinity, I have the 10 Infinity link, and I made a mistake and give it to somebody to sign up. And when they sign up with the 10 Infinity, would that link to my PUBG account if once they
That's
sign
what
up?
step 7 is linking to PUBG, but you can't
But
even refer anybody right now. If you sent them the link that we sent out for the benefactor, they will have a benefactor and somebody will pay for them, and they'll be sponsored by somebody else. But if you have them in PUBG, when they go to 7, they will say, yeah, I'm already in PUBG, and they log in. Now they're going to be connected to you. So they won't be in a cell in your hive in 10 to infinity, but they will be on your front row and earning money through this in PUBG. Is
okay,
that
so
cool or what?
I got it. Thank you.
We respect that genealogy. Okay, thank you, Richmond. Raymond.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
My question is just for those who are high speed and have a lot of referrals come in immediately. It takes 6 to fill a hive. So if you have 6 coming right away, are all 6 going to fill the hive, or is it going to be carried
Yes,
over?
yes. Your hive is only 2 generations, okay? We don't want to show it in a pyramidal structure, but it's a 2 by 2, okay? It's shown it a different way. It's a hive, okay? And we don't like that whole MLM concept, okay? So if you brought in all 6, you got your left, your right, you got their left and right already in, okay, as from spillover, but they're not the sponsor of those, so those people won't follow them into PopG. They will follow you into PopG. Now, you've already got their hive going. You got their left and right. They've got 4 positions to where they could go share this with 4 people and fill that bottom row and create spillover for their 2 that you put in. Okay, so or come back and do another hive. Okay, you need to share this ideally with at least 4 people to go to silver. Okay, and you want to, go do a couple more hives or gold. Okay, so the idea is just keep doing a hive, do it one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. You do those 6, you're going to get hive 2, and do another 6, hive 3. Yeah, we're going to have some people in this, Raymond, that's going to have 50 to 100 hives that they have successfully completed.
Okay, I
Okay,
do have one more question.
all right.
So in PopG, you can move people around through your holding tank. So after you pay the $10 for them, or they pay the $10, are they still considered free trials, so you can still move them around to somebody
Yes,
else?
yes.
Okay, cool.
And that's a really cool system over there. Thank you, Raymond. Okay, Ken. Ken?
You may now ask your question.
Hey, I had one. I've talked to you before, I think. $39 gets paid to your Fast Track or to PopG account. If you're a trial member there, you're paid in Fast Track automatically, instantly. You can't do anything about it. That's what's going to happen. You'll be a paid member in Fast Track.
How do you create then the second hive? You come in.
All you have to do is bring in another person, okay, and boom, you've got your hive 2. It's automatic. You don't pay for it. It's automatic.
Oh, it's automatic, so then you stop.
Yep. Yeah, you finish that hive and you go bring in another person, boom, there's your hive 3. Automatic. No charges for it. It's just hive after hive after hive. We can't charge you for another hive. And after you've done hive 1, you're not following your sponsor. It's a standalone hive. Okay? We can't have you follow your sponsor. You'd have to pay, and we can't charge you for the product over and over and over again. It's just a sales funnel. You can't sell it 10 times. It's just, would that type of thing happen in the MLM industry? Yes. Is that, really legal? No. So, but it happens. No, you will only have a person come into one hive one time, taking up one cell. That's it. That's it. And I've had a lot of people say, man, this just charge a little bit more and make it a follow your sponsor. This is not where you're making money, guys. We don't want you focusing on this. We don't even want you focusing on fast track. What do you need to be focusing on? Infinity.
Infinity, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Muted.
Antonio.
Hello.
Hi, Antonio.
Oh, hi, James. How are you?
Good.
Just wanted to say thank you for a great presentation. I don't have a question, but I like the concept that this is helping so many people around the world. It's great.
Thank you. Bless you, sir.
Thank
you so
you.
much. All right. Kevin.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, it's Kevin. I was wondering if you're going to have any 468 banners or 125 banners.
We'll well, we'll have to come up with something like that, and they'll be available from your back office. I mean, everything here is so small and simple and all that, but we'll probably have a button in your back office for banners.
Okay, I
All right,
understand that.
that's a great question because we don't want you using your marketing materials. Just use ours. But
Right.
you can put your link out there, okay, and you know everywhere. Put your link,
Yeah,
okay. I'm gonna,
I just market a lot on Safe List. I know it's garbage traffic, but
yeah,
you know they
yeah.
do a lot of banners too. So
Well, hey, listen, the garbage traffic will make a big difference in your business, and you don't have to
yeah, I
ever talk
know.
to them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right.
Thank
This
you.
session is no longer being recorded.
Okay, next question, Mike. Next question, Yaddle. Yaddy.
I ain't got no question.
Okay, next question, Paul.
Trailing by 15 at the half, second half, Trip Green able to
Watching a sport event. Neeraj from India, I believe. Yep. Hello? Nirja? Niraj? Niraj? Okay, going next. Mike Williams.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I do. You had
All
to get back to the
right.
back of the line. Pay attention.
That's okay. I had to get my headset on, I guess. It wouldn't go through.
All right.
But first of all, I just want to say thank you, JC. You know, I'm friends with Victoria.
Yes.
I found out about this just a few days ago and shared it with just a few people, and it's taken off.
And by the way, you'll be soon to be able to get a video that would be acceptable. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, one of my questions is, what was it? Oh, it was the Bitcoin question as far as taking Bitcoin out, but you answered that question. What the MasterCard? I want to ask you about the MasterCard. So,
Well,
I see that they.
there's a
Yeah, go ahead.
visa that you can get from Pop
Okay.
G.
Yeah, the Visa. So I see they picked out the color and the pattern and everything on that, and that just happened. How does that work? I know you have to keep if you have $100 in your back office, you can order for free. If you have less, it's $9.95. But will that work? Are they going to ship that out to say someone like in India or other countries, and
Not
they're able to
India.
use that?
Not
Okay.
India. India is just such a difficult country to deal with. It was so important that I was pushing the decision makers to do something there, and they tried to, with the same company that's delivering the visa, and they thought they could do this, get a rupee card there. Okay, and no, we weren't approved for that. So to do, yeah, we have to have something in India, and we're willing to do that. We're needing a company there that's set up that we can trust that the money comes into them and comes out from them, and you know, we're working feverishly for India. But the countries, you know, it's not in every country, but we'll have ways to pay other countries as well, you know, through like NetTeller. Nigeria will use NetTeller, okay, to pay out. I believe India can accept NetTeller. So we will have solutions. It's just
Okay.
the most difficult thing you could imagine, Mike.
Yeah, I just say that because we're growing so fast right now, and I have a feeling after launch it really explode, and
We'll
there's a
figure
lot
out a
of
way. Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks.
Appreciate all your effort that you're putting into this. See ya.
See
Okay, Paul.
Yes, this is Paul. Thank you. Mike told me to ask you to check the mute settings. The mic is not showing on the mobile devices.
There is a unmute, and let me try something here. I'm going to unmute.
Q&A session is over. Unmuted. Muted.
And then I'm going to turn on QA again.
Q&A session has started.
Okay, so let's try it that way. Okay, so now you can unmute yourself. Hopefully that worked. Mike?
So
Mike?
James, Mike
Yes.
here in Atlanta.
Hmm?
Obviously, everyone knows that the main focus is bring in your tube bring in two, your hive is completed. Now, if you have in your holding tank, for example only, let's say you have 12 people in your holding tank. When we start to register, the first 6 complete hive 1. The other 6 people, they would be completing hive 2, correct?
Yes, that's correct, and you can go pay it forward or they can pay themselves. I wouldn't pay it forward
Okay.
for somebody who doesn't go to at least step 7, and you'll be able to see that.
Yeah,
That they,
there was a lot of people that were trying to focus on this, and I'm sure that either you're going to put that in the FAQs because that's such an important one, not only for a visual, but the most important step to remember, right? To understand, excuse me, to understand, because so many people will be having the same question.
well, we will try to have a FAQ page. We've tried to keep this really simple. We haven't launched yet, so we don't know what the frequently asked questions will be.
Okay.
But we will have another page, maybe off of the support page. When you go to the support page, you'll be able to click on a button, frequently asked questions, because we try to keep everything so simple. We don't want a bunch of buttons and menu items all over the place. So we will, in time, we'll put together an FAQ that you could get off the support page. By the way, everybody, I want you to understand, this 10 to infinity doesn't have anything, 10 to infinity for Pro 1 Plus Global, we're not here. Okay, they're going to take a lot of notice. Okay, but we're not a part of Pro 1 Plus Global. We didn't want to make it a part of Pro 1 Plus Global because if we did, now we got to explain everything. We don't want to do that. This has got to be a separate entity. Okay, and now we don't have to explain any of that, and you don't have to pay for any of that out of your pocket. It's all going to be taken care of by us, and the Monumatic marketing machine or our sales funnel. Okay, this system. All right, so I just wanted to say that we are not pro. So don't ever go on to one of their calls and start talking about 10 to infinity. Now, us on our end, Pro 1 Plus is huge. Okay, and yes, we talk about it and very excited about it, and that is the sharing economy, that infinity thing. It's just making it easy for people to get there. Uh-oh, network performance problem. You might need to take over, Nancy. I don't know what's wrong with my connection.
Okay, well, I'm here. Are you able to communicate, JC?
It says the network conditions are preventing a pleasant video experience. Would you like to stop receiving video? I guess yes. That's what I do. Okay. So anyway, next question here. Thank you, Mike. Victoria.
Hi, JC. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Okay. I'm actually asking this question for Alan Bourne, and I'm sure that a lot of people may have the same question. And you've already addressed the $30 option, but his question kind of deals with that, and he's asking, so for example, once his first hive is done, and let's say that he was able to pay the 30 when that was available, but after that first hive is done, can he come back again and again to pay $20 for 2 more and 2 more and 2 more?
Sure. Through his back office, the holding tank in your back in where your hive is and your referral link is, you got that button there that says Those that have registered but not yet completed and are ready for step 8, I wouldn't recommend paying it forward for somebody who's not at step 8. Okay, that's where they can pay, or I recommend that's where you would wait for them to be. Okay, if you pay for them before they get there, when they get there, but how do you know they're going to get there? How do you know they're going to go connect with Pop G? If they don't do that, you just wasted money. So,
And are
anyway,
you talking about people that the 10 to infinity feeder will provide?
no, I'm talking
That's what
about the
he's
people
asking
that
about.
you have sent your link to, okay, and they are in your holding tank. They registered and you want to pay it for them. No, you will not have
He's
the
not asking
ability.
about that.
No,
The other.
no, yeah, no,
Okay.
you won't. No, it's either going to be $10 or $30,
The first
whether
time.
you're paying it or PIF. If the $30 option's turned on, that's all. There won't be any other
Okay.
options here.
Okay,
We're going to
Alan, I
be
hope you
eating
got
up
that. Okay, thanks, JC.
yeah, you're welcome. We're going to be eating up that benefactor pool so daggone fast. Okay, it's crazy. Thanks, Victoria. And that's the voice of the person who did the ebook there. We have India, but your audio is not on. I don't know why. Mike from Delhi. Mike from Delhi. We're not hearing you. I'm so sorry. He keeps coming back in, but we can't hear him. Okay, Carl.
Hey, how's it going? Appreciate the time you're giving to us. I was just looking at. I'm in Indiana. I'm in
Where?
with Rick.
Where in Indiana?
Indiana.
Where?
In the Naples, Indiana area.
Well, where
in Indiana,
Indianapolis? Where
Oh,
in
Carmel.
Indiana?
Carmel.
I
I'm in South Bend,
grew up
Carl.
in Brownsburg. I lived in Carmel and lived in Westfield before I went to Thailand for a year, and now I'm in the Philippines.
Oh,
I,
cool.
I lived right there in Westfield. I was all the time in Carmel. Okay, and spent about 10 years living in Carmel. Over there, right across from the Catholic school on
Right.
Guyan Road.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so Rick Voigt is
Yeah,
my upline guy.
yeah, my father worked for Rick's father at the drive-in there, and that was in Westlake when we all grew up around there. If you did grow up in Indiana, you know the Westlake drive-in and the Westlake swimming pool. And yeah, I saw Rick's house when I was young. I lived in the neighborhood right beside where his home was, and now he lives in the neighborhood that I used to live in. But that's interesting. Small world.
Yeah, I'm from northern Indiana. I'm originally from South Bend.
Well, that's where Nancy's from. Say,
That's
Nancy,
where I
say
live.
hello to your
I'm from South
neighbor.
Bend.
I seen
Hey,
the number. I was
Carl.
like, it's a South Bend number.
Yep,
How
yep,
cool.
that's where
Small
I'm at.
world.
Nice to meet you, Carl.
Nice to meet you as well. So the question was, in regards to when you were showing the calculator and going over the numbers, when you bring in let's say you bring in the 100 people you're speaking of who brought in an organization or something to that effect. Now, would that 100 go on your main line, or would that be on their top line?
It would, those 100 would be on the entity that owned the large database. Let's say
Gotcha.
it's a university. They would be sponsored by you. You're going to get a match. They would be on your first line, okay, in Pro One Plus. They won't even have a hive, okay, but they're in Pro One Plus Global. You'll be their sponsor. They'll be on your front row. And now, when we get this thing cranking, okay, those people will be coming over in on their front row, your second generation, and your matching bonus should be through the roof. And boy, 100 could be a pretty small number. Could be 1,000.
Right.
And
That's why I just wanted
I won't even
clarification
show
on
you
that.
that.
That is true.
Okay. Yeah, we don't
Yeah, that
we
was
don't
my
like
question.
hype
I
here.
appreciate that.
Well, thanks, Carl.
You're welcome.
Michael?
Yes. Hey, JC.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I want to tell you was when you take it out of Q&A, it puts the mic back on mobile devices, but when you put it back in the Q&A, it takes the mic off.
Well, I don't know enough about this to know what to do about it. Okay,
Okay.
I'm
I'm
doing
just
the
saying,
best. I even took it out of the, but I have to have it in a mute mode where you can unmute yourself, or we'd hear so much noise it's crazy.
right, I
So
know, I'm just saying,
I'll try to ask the company here how to do that for
okay,
phones. All
no
right,
problem. I was just
thanks,
letting you
Michael.
know what was going on, because that's why people on the mobile devices can't talk, because their
Mhm.
mic doesn't show.
Are you excited about this, Michael?
Oh, very excited. I haven't been sleeping for several days.
Well, for the
We can
first week,
really
every
test
day
your
I had to
sleep.
pinch myself saying, man, am I dreaming? Okay. Thanks, Michael. Okay. Kubal.
Hi, good evening. This is Pastor Carl from Brooklyn, New York,
Yeah.
and I was just introduced to this by Michael Williams. As you know, he has such a large team,
Yep.
and I'm very excited about it. I've been talking to a few of my pastors colleagues. Now the question is, if you bring in a small team, and would it still be feasible to purchase the $30, or could you, if
The
you bring in about
$30 option isn't available right now.
mhm.
Okay. When it is available, sure. Okay. But and by the way, what church group do you work with?
I'm in Brooklyn, New York, so the church group I work with is the name of the church is Old Mount Zion Baptist Church in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay. You've heard of the Southern Baptist Conference?
Oh yes, yes. Mhm.
Okay. Somebody's going to go get them. Somebody will.
Mhm.
Okay.
Why not
And because
you?
the Southern Baptist Conference will go nutso with this.
Sounds like
So
a plan.
you could do that. I mean, it depends on your connections. You got a connection where you can get into the person who makes the decisions for this thing for the Southern Baptist Conference. I mean, large organizations that could do this. The Mormon Church could do it. Okay,
Mhm.
the Seventh Day Adventists could do it. Okay, the example I gave for the Southern Baptists, where it's massive, massive, massive numbers. Okay, and we can make it really easy where they don't have to go in and build it. We just help them, work with them to capitalize on their database. And I mean, they're going to be making a lot of money, but they're also going to be contributing to the benefactoring pool for those who don't spend the $10 within 10 days.
So I'm just curious, how would that work? Would the church organization come in first, and
I will
then the
tell
members
you how
under
to
them?
work with churches. Okay, if
Mhm.
you contact Michael and he knows how to get to me. Okay, and I will tell you exactly how to deal with churches. Okay,
Okay.
and it might
Okay.
not be the way you think, and I'm very, very familiar with what needs to be done there. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh. Bear, my partner.
Hey, hello there. Can you hear me, JC?
Yes.
I have been sitting here in total amaze, totally amazed. You know, this is our first hive. You mentioned the hive. This is truly this concept of just a simple 6-person hive can change the world. It's good. This is going to change the world in ways we can't comprehend yet. You know my feelings about this, JC.
Sure.
Um,
You're a little emotional about it.
Yeah, well, we are all pitching ourselves because we've been all told this story that
Yeah.
you're going to make $1 billion and it's not about the money, folks. Again, JC has said this, Victoria will tell you this. It is truly just going out and assisting others with their journey on planet Earth and watching miracles happen. Watching miracles happen.
Well, thank you, Bear. Okay.
No,
We'll
okay,
go to the
buddy.
next one
Appreciate
here.
it.
Appreciate it. That's my partner, everybody. Ty.
Hello, my name is Ty.
Hi, Ty.
Hi, everybody, and I just wanted to say thank you very much for everything you guys are doing. And I just have one question about some of the people that I've been getting in are changing their minds, I think, because they're that MLM thing in their head, and they're not trusting it. But they're poor too. They're really poor, So if the people are really indigent and real poor, even though they registered with me in POP G, can I still PIF them in from, I don't
Yes,
know,
and and
sign
and,
up,
and
sign
sure,
up through
if they go
Internet?
and sign up, and if they don't, okay, now here's something else you could do. Okay, if you wanted to, it's up to you. They've already signed under you in Pop G. They can go into the benefactor pool where somebody will pay for them, not you. They'll be in somebody else's hive, but where are they going in Pop G? Under you, because they'll go in there on step 7 and say, they'll log in and they'll fill a void, but somebody will still have to pay for them. Okay, so that may not be the best way. I just was misthinking there. They won't be benefactored if they're already in Pop G, because that wouldn't be fair to the person benefactoring them. Okay, because they wouldn't be following them over there. So if they accidentally go in the benefactoring pool at step 7, okay, they'll log in and it'll say you can't be benefactored. You could, pay the $10 and all that. So it's, but it would fill a void in somebody's hive that needs, help completing. But anyway, some will, some won't. So what next? Okay, if they come back to them, follow up with them in a month. Say, hey, this is really going. This is, you could have already been making a bunch of money, and tell them that we're not MLM. This truly is not. The most we have is the 2-level affiliate program, both here and Fast Track. Infinity's not multi-level marketing at all. It's
Okay,
one-level affiliate program.
there's another one too. If they decide that they're gonna get in, let's put it that way, or get in later or whatever. I don't know exactly how or when the $30 option's gonna be, but they don't
Well, we
recruit
don't
either.
know either. But the
Right.
thing of it is, you could have them go and register. Make sure they go to step 8 and pay for them from your back office. The $10, you can pay for them. I
Oh
showed you
yeah.
what it's worth just for bringing in one person. Okay,
Oh
knowing they're
sure.
going to go to
I
gold. Oh
got
my
them.
gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah, I just wanted to see how it worked because I don't know anything yet about how it works.
That's
And when they
okay.
come into the
Watch this
back office,
video. If you came in late, watch the video. Watch it several times. You'll figure it out. Thanks, Ty.
all right. Thank you very much.
Yep, Michael.
Hey, JC, just wanted to let you know. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is Michael again. Hey, just want to let you know that I figured it out. On the mobile device, you're doing everything right. Um, if you want to ask a question, you just tap on the question mark that comes up on the screen, and
Oh,
then
that
you'll
makes
be able
sense.
to ask the question.
Sure.
Okay, so that,
All right.
yeah.
Oh,
So now
thank
we
you,
know. So
Michael.
now, just want to let you know. So what you're doing is fine. They just have to touch on the question mark, and it
Okay.
puts them in the queue.
All right. Thank you so much. And then they'll be able to
Good to
talk
know.
when we bring them up at the top of the queue. And all right. Thank you, Michael. Kevin, this is our last person with a question here, and we'll end this call. We've been
Yeah.
on here almost 2 hours.
We appreciate you.
Hmm.
On the PIF, is there a time limit where you can PIF them before they go
No,
into the? Okay.
no, no. But you know what? That's not a bad idea. I kind of like your thinking.
Yeah,
We
because
could
I
say,
had.
look, if somebody is in your holding tank and this is part of your contribution to the whole thing, if they're there for, let's say, 30 days for them, okay, with the large organizations, we're being rather strict with them. They got 10 days. So if they've been in your holding tank for 10 days and they have completed step 7 and they haven't paid and you haven't paid, let's put them over in the benefactoring pool.
Yeah, because
Okay,
I'm in one
because
program
they're
where
all, yeah, well,
it gives them 14 days, and if you don't PIF them, they go into a general pool where anybody can PIF.
yeah, well, we got to think how, because remember, if they're already in Pro 1 Plus, they can't be benefactored.
Right.
Okay, but we could, drip on for you. We'll figure it all out. I mean, there's things we're going to be making adjustments as we go down the road and fine tuning this. Like I said,
Right.
nothing like this has ever been done. I want to thank everybody here for coming to this call and spending so much time with us on this. It was recorded. We'll put that into your hands very shortly. And feel free to get it out to people, but please don't go doing any crazy marketing stuff. This isn't a land rush, okay? Just lay back and relax and start sharing this with people that you care about, okay? That's all you need to do. It's not a land rush, okay? Don't get stupid on social media, okay? Do you have any final comments, Nancy?
No, just thank you everybody for being here and listening and learning, and we're all in this together. And I look forward with JC and the rest of us that are putting all this together, getting it all out there, getting it going, getting it flowing, and getting have everybody enjoying and moving forward together in prosperity and around the world. So
And
JC,
if I
thanks for
may
everything
speak
you're
for
doing.
Yeah, and if I may speak for Barry, says let's have a hive party. We'll have some maybe
Yeah.
in Vegas or something, not too far down the road where we can have a big hive party. All right. I'm sure
All
he's sitting
righty.
there saying, "Yeah, that's it. That's what I want." All right.
He's
Bye,
high-fiving
everybody.
that right now.
Bye,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.